But knowing myself, I'm probably gonna slack off here and there. And then it's gonna be a couple weeks before Christmas and I'm gonna have to freaking binge crochet the heck out of this blanket and finish it up in like 2 weeks. Hopefully not crying over messed up chunks of the pattern anymore. Honestly, I've had a lot of issues with this thing. It's given me a lot of problems. Like, I don't have to keep frogging multiple rows because I probably frogged like 10 rows yesterday. That isn't even touching the surface of the updates I have for you guys. So obviously, I can't finish the blanket today because material is not long enough. It's done! Crochet a blanket with me. Hi, hello, welcome. My name is Araya and I love to crochet big blanket projects, not just for myself but for family members. I can link some videos up here and some pictures of that, but my most recent project was my favorite one, and it was a baby blanket for my cousin's little boy named Riggins, and I literally single crocheted his name into the middle of the blanket, so that was really fun. One of my favorite projects. And then before that I did a little fall project blanket, and now I am working on another blanket, and this one's actually going to be a Christmas present for my sister's current boyfriend. He asked me when I made that fall blanket like 2 years ago that he wanted one of his own, and I was like, okay, well, you have to wait until you've been with my sister for at least a year, because it's a commitment to make a big blanket. Like, you got to commit to my sister for a year at least. And then he hit that, and I had that baby blanket and I haven't had the time to do it, and then bought all the stuff for it back in probably April-ish, because that's when Joann's was starting to go out, somewhere in there. And so I bought all the material for it, and then I started a different work in progress instead. I have a 2025 book blanket that I started at that time instead, so whoops. But yes, I finally started it 2 weeks ago. I have 7 rows done of it so far. Show you what it looks like at the moment. Kind of what it looks like. There's a lot of different color changes in it. The pattern in itself had the option to do black and white, or someone had did it with multiple colors, and I was like, I like it with multiple colors. So I have the black and this rust color. I got 2 of each of them, so I have extras of those. And then I have this pretty green color. Then I have a cream one, and I also got some white as well to do with the pattern. And then the last thing that I got is something a little new for me. I added a blue fleece slash felt, whatever you want to call it, to the back of the baby blanket to cover up the pattern and the color changes on the back of it, and to like prevent like the baby's toes from going through the blanket and stuff. And I was like, well, this has a lot of color changes, and you know, the pattern in itself, just a lot of stuff going on, and I'd rather the back be covered and not look weird. So I got some black to put on the back of this blanket that I'm crocheting. So that'll be a part of this process. I'll just hand sew that onto the back of this blanket once it is finished. But yes, we got lots of colors here, lots of rows to do. This blanket has about 204-ish. No, I have 204 stitches horizontally, and then vertically it's at least 200 rows, I believe, as well. That's gonna be fun. It's also why I'm starting it now. August 13th is the current date, but I started it 2 weeks ago. So I'm giving myself plenty of time to work on this, but knowing myself, I'm probably gonna slack off here and there. And then it's gonna be a couple weeks before Christmas, and I'm gonna have to freaking binge crochet the heck out of this blanket and finish it up in like 2 weeks. Hopefully I don't do that, but don't be surprised if that's how the end of this video ends. Hopefully we don't get to that point, but I would not be surprised if I did in fact do that. I have the blanket all set up. I have the Curse of Bridge Hollow pulled up on the TV to watch because I love watching Halloween themed movies, having a candle lit, and vibing out while I crochet. Fall is like it's my jam for crocheting, so I love to set the mood for it. I haven't decorated for it yet. It's only August, so I haven't allowed myself to decorate yet, but I wouldn't be surprised if the next update I did in fact decorate. So yeah, this pattern, it requires the eye hook, so I have my eye hook. I love this color, and I have a handle on it because it's a little easier to crochet with that on there. I'm gonna get to this, otherwise I will keep yapping. I don't think I'll probably update by the end of the evening because my fiance will be home soon, and I don't like to film in front of him. I don't mind like filming like b-roll sort of things on my phone, but my full-on camera and talking is a little awkward for me, so I don't know if I will, especially if he's out here and we're chilling and watching TV together. Probably update you next week when I make some more progress and where I'm at and how I'm feeling with this, and then maybe by then I'll be in the different design of the project because it's done in chunks. Like, I can show you the picture of what it's supposed to look like, but I'm just on the plain design part right now, and then hopefully by the next time I update you, I'll be in a fun part of the design, or I'll only be a couple rows farther. That is currently what I'm working on, and I'm just gonna take you guys along with me as I crochet this blanket for my sister's boyfriend. Hopefully it's done by Christmas. If not, that's okay too. It'll get to him one way or another. I just have to finish it. Oh, the other thing, I don't know if I mentioned mention this, but all these freaking balls of yarn that I bought in April for this blanket was when Joann's is closing, and so if I need more, I'm a little worried I'm not going to be able to get them because it's the Big Twist brand, which I love, but Joann's was carrying it. I think it's on Amazon. The last I looked, it was like $20 for one ball of yarn, and I'm like, no. So I gotta figure that out when I get to that point. But yes, I am going to start working on this, watch this movie, and hang out for the evening. So let's get to crocheting.
Nothing like your smile in the morning, following the linings on your cheeks. 'Cause baby, in your absence life is boring, so I'll never leave. It's easier to love when it's you by my side, shining through the cracks like the first morning light, feeling like a child through the days and the nights, living in your arms as years go by. It's easier to love, oh, oh, easier to love, oh, oh. There's nothing like the way that you adore me. I can feel love from miles away.
Alright, it is now August 17th, and I have really not made that much progress. I had to redo row 8 3 times, so I'm now only on row 9. That's what it's kind of looking like so far. That was very frustrating, so I wanted to give this update before I completely forgot about the fact that I had to do row 8 3 times. So I did it on camera and then got to the end, realized I had 5 additional stitches, more than the pattern required. So then I had to undo it. Probably should have just redone the whole blanket from there, but I was not about to do that. So I went through and redid the row again and added 5 decreased stitches into the pattern. And then I went to start the next row, row 9, and realized that I did that whole row twice in the wrong color combination. I had mixed up color A and B. It's not the first time I've done that either, so that was fun. I had to redo it again. Once I got to the end of the 3rd time of redoing that row, I was missing a stitch. So then I had to go back and undo one of my decreases because of course each time I did it I had a different count. So stupid. Anyways, row 8 is officially done, and so is 9. So I'm gonna work on it some more tonight. Hopefully get some more clips of me working on it. I probably won't do another update tonight, but I just wanted to let you guys know how much of a pain row 8 was. I'm hoping from now on I realize what the color combinations are and I stop messing it up. It's just hard because the actual pattern like design is in black and white, and then the stitches doesn't say anything about colors. I'm doing it in 4 colors instead of black and white. It's just so confusing. It's taken me a while to figure this pattern out, but I'm going to master it and we're going to finish it eventually. I have till Christmas, like I said. I just wanted to give you guys an update. I also did get like this yarn little thingy, but it's like held on by a magnet. It's interesting. And then it comes with this piece, but the thing is it's supposed to have a magnet that holds it together, but it doesn't hold it together very well. I don't think this magnet is far enough out of the wood, but this is supposed to hold my crochet hooks and sewing needles and stuff. We're gonna see how it does, and if I don't like it then I'll return it. It's gonna be weird though because I have 2 colors going at a time, but I'm hoping at least with this I stop tangling my 2 colors together because I have to pick them up and drop them so often, and I am keeping it on the back of the pattern, the string, because it's too much work and I do not want to sew in 500 threads because it'd probably be at least that. Plus I'm gonna sew material onto the back of this blanket anyways to cover that up, so it's okay that I do so. And that is currently where I am. I also did get some more crochet hooks, but that is for the flowers that I'm working on and it has nothing to do with this because I will be using the same hook for the whole blanket. I'm going to put on probably another Christmas movie or Friends. Halloween movie and get a couple more rows done hopefully tonight. My brain hurts and I'm exhausted. It's been a long week. I've done a lot of stuff. I threw a surprise party for my mom this weekend, saw a lot of family, did a lot of visiting, had to drive 3 hours there, 3 hours back. I'm exhausted. Also, my mom made me this really cute shirt. Yeah, little ghosties with books. I love it. Anyways, I'm gonna get to crocheting and I will update you guys with the next big update. Hopefully I will have actually mastered this chunk of the pattern by then. Otherwise, this blanket's gonna take me forever and there's gonna be so many updates. I really don't want to make an hour-long blanket vlog, so I'm gonna try to keep it on the shorter side, but here I am, chatting on and chatting on and chatting on. I will see you guys with the next update, officially, and I will stop talking.
It's easier to love when it's you by my side.
I guess I now need to redo row 9 too, because I did not do it in the right colors. This pattern is gonna kick my butt to the grave, I swear to God. I'm gonna throw hands.
It's easier to love, oh, oh. Easier to love, oh, oh. If the sky is falling down on me, you'll be the one that's by my side to lift away from me. And if I find myself in reckless days, you'll be the one to pull me back into reality. Nothing like your smile in the morning, following the linings on your cheeks. Cause baby, in your absence life is boring, so I'll never leave. It's easier to love, oh, oh. It's easier to love, oh, oh. Easier to love, oh, oh. Easier to love.
Boy, do I have a freaking update for you guys. The last few weeks working on this has literally been a chore and a half. Literally just frogged, I think 5 rows of this pattern. Had to redo it because I had messed up the pattern previously. I knew that and I tried to fix it and I did not fix it all the way, so I had to go back and redo some rows before I could continue with this like section of the pattern. Okay, so I'm gonna rant to you guys about this and then I will actually get into some crocheting and watching a Halloween movie because 'tis the season even though it's only like September 5th. This is going to be the update currently for this blanket. Don't even know what row I'm technically on because I completely screwed up the first chunk of the pattern. There's like at least 4, I think maybe 5 or 6 actually, like sections you do throughout the pattern. And I switched colors A and B around. So black is supposed to be color A and not color B, and I switched that around somehow. And then also the color pattern that I was kind of trying to match that someone else had did, that wasn't just like a black and white or just 2 colors in general throughout. They had 3 on the bottom, like they had done like an outer edge and then 2 different colors here, and I didn't even realize that. Not that I was going to use another color, but I didn't even realize that till the other day, so that is kind of weird for me. I also have not been paying good attention with this pattern. The biggest thing is that since I switched colors A and B around, it totally messed up this whole pattern because this is supposed to be the color A and it happens in between each sections of the chunks of pattern, so I had to add some additional ones in here to fix it. So I'm doing it completely different. So I think it's like an extra, like I think this whole upper chunk is extra. Like it was only supposed to be this, but I wanted to mirror this on the bottom, so I mirrored it, and then I'm doing it again with the opposite colors for the next chunk of the pattern to make it match. And so I had done that and then had continued on from there with the pattern, but the next chunk of the pattern has like little like it's supposed to be 3 stitches the color A across, and it's supposed to come across as like little dots. You can kind of see it down here. And since I had initially only did the black instead of the cream, it had blended into the bottom of this row, and so it wasn't like dots across. It was like it looked weird, kind of like grass, which would have been fine-ish, but it happens again above the bears in the pattern, and I can't have that. So I had to undo literally like 5 rows because I had finished the little dots across, started on the trees that are in between the bears, pictures. I can pop a picture of the pattern up in the corner so you can understand a little bit better about what I'm talking about. Anyways, I screwed up the pattern, obviously. So I had to frog 5 rows after frog a couple while I was camping. I took this camping with me over the 4th of July, not the 4th of July, over the Labor Day weekend. I had taken it with me when we were camping and was working on it. I had gotten like a huge chunk of it done, but I had messed it up. And I'm pretty sure these are 2 different blacks. This and what's on the bottom. It is the same yarn, so I don't know if this one got a little too much sun or something. Since it's starting up here and not like against this other black color, I don't think it's noticeable. So I'm gonna leave it alone. Yes, I've had a lot of issues with this pattern, and the other thing that I realized while I was working up the next chunk of the pattern is that it doesn't mirror on both sides with this pattern that I'm working off of with the pictures instead of the actual stitches. I've been starting back over at stitch 1 instead of going from stitch 1 to 204 and then 204 to 1, because literally that's how I'm crocheting on this blanket. I'm going one side to the other. That was the other thing I realized I had not been doing right. Not that it really mattered, because the bottom chunk is literally a mirror of itself throughout the whole pattern here. That's okay, and it looks fine. My blanket, I think, is just going to be extra long because I'm having to add in the middle to make up for my mistake. I'm basically swapping colors around to make sure that the black color is the color A pattern within the pattern in itself, but not in between the switches. I don't know, it's confusing, so I'm sorry if this doesn't make any sense. But I just wanted to rant about all of these issues. I tried to get it across in the TikToks that I've been doing. I've been doing weekly updates for this blanket on TikTok. It was too much to say in like a minute video, but that's like how you get more information across. So that's kind of why I wanted to do this video, like an actual full YouTube video, was to capture the bigger stuff that happens while crocheting, because it's a project and a half. Yes, there's a lot going on with it. I was supposed to be doing some reading this weekend of my own book that I am writing. I have a separate channel for that. I think I've mentioned it. I'm not sure yet. I think I've only done 1 or 2 updates. I think only actually 1 actual update, but I've done a couple clips of me crocheting on my camera. I'm supposed to be doing my own read through of my book, and I don't want to, so I'm gonna crochet instead, and I will put off reading my book until next weekend and just give me some more space from that. So I'm gonna crochet instead. But yes, I like to do lots of things. I like to read, I like to write, I like to crochet, I like to go out and do anything outdoorsy, hiking, camping, fishing, paddle boarding, hunting, all those sorts of things. And I'm just trying to be a little bit more relaxed this weekend and work on this and then do some fun reading and not actual work. Like, I want to actually take another week off from my other stuff. So I'm gonna see how much I can get done this weekend, get some extra clips for this video, and today, probably tomorrow and Sunday as well, just see how much progress I can make and procrastinate some other responsibilities, because why not? Thank you for listening to me ranting. I am going to get to crocheting this. I'm watching Hubie Halloween, I think is what it's called, or whatever it is. It's an Adam Sandler movie, so it's pretty stupid funny, but it's a Halloween movie I haven't watched yet this year. I don't know, I probably have seen it this year, but I haven't watched it this season yet. So I'm gonna watch this, and then I think I'm going to have a Halloween town. Bruh! Doesn't the train know I'm trying to do an update here? What the fudge? What the fudge? Alright, so I'm going to put on my Halloween movie, and like I was trying to say and got interrupted by a train, I'm going to probably have a Halloween Town movie marathon after this one. Enjoy those movies while I crochet, and if I get tired of those, then I have literally a playlist on YouTube literally called Crochet Binge Videos, so I can watch those too. The problem is some of them, I don't have a bunch of crocheters that I am subscribed to yet, so I'm still finding channels that I like. And it takes a little bit to get into some of these videos because you want to know them a little bit better sometimes to like listen easier. You just tend to tune in better when you know who they are and like kind of what's going on. I'm still trying to find those channels as I go, so if you have any good recommendations, please feel free to drop some in the comments below. But I'm going to get to crocheting this, watching my Halloween movie, and hopefully not crying over messed up chunks of the pattern anymore. I will update you guys either later today or tomorrow or Sunday. I'm hoping to do some decent chunks of the blanket this weekend, so there will probably be a couple clips of me updating you guys, especially if things keep happening with the pattern. But yes, I'm gonna sign off now because this is way too long of an update and I need to get to crocheting. I will talk to you guys in a few.
no voice in the wilderness, so full of doubt. I have had an ocean full of sweet memories. I've been in an empty room for centuries. 'Cause my love is all I have to give, but my heart is what I'm dealing with. And my love is all I have to give, 'cause my heart is what I'm dealing with now. You allow now. I know how. Got my heart sewn onto my sleeve permanently. Put my soul on the line, so I will find you.
Hi guys, I don't know when the last time I updated this vlog for the blanket. Honestly, I've had a lot of issues with this thing. It's given me a lot of problems. And don't mind the train in the background. It's already interrupted me twice. And we're going to ignore it and the fan. But yes, this is a little blanket check-in. I'm on the third chunk of the pattern, and I did in fact have to frog it. I have to frog 4 rows. Again, I feel like I've been having to frog about each new pattern. I've had to frog a couple rows because I keep messing something up. I'm like, I get too confident and I'm not counting when I should be, and so that's my own fault. Been very slow progress. I started a new blanket, a baby blanket, over the weekend. I started that Friday. That video will probably be done way before this video is, so I can link that above. Yeah, that's probably gonna take up a majority of my time for a little bit. Probably only honestly another week because it hasn't taken me very long to make it so far. I'm almost done with it, so yeah. Anyways, I've been having fun with that. Something a little easier to handle than this because it's like half of it. I always forget just how big this blanket is, but that just means it'll be used a little bit more because it's not so small. I feel like you kind of want the bigger blankets anyways, especially since it's for a guy. He's going to be a little longer than a normal person. This is my current update. I will probably talk more about all the issues that I've had with the blanket and the pattern in general more towards the end of this video because I don't want to be too repetitive. I don't remember all of what I've said so far. Let's just say at this point this blanket is pissed me off a lot and I've had to frog a lot of rows, but somehow we're still making some sort of progress. I don't think I've mentioned it on YouTube yet, but I've been doing little updates on TikTok for this, but I also just started posting on shorts, or all of those will be out before this video is out if you want to go check those out. But yes, that is the blanket update for the moment, and I will see you guys for the next one.
Losing speed for myself just to make sure you're happy, baby.
Okay guys, I am finally back with an update for this blanket. It's been a little bit. I was gonna update with that last B-roll clip because that's when I finished the last chunk of the grid pattern. Then I didn't because I got ready for bed and went to bed instead. But yes, I just finished this chunk of the pattern. So I have started the next chunk, just a few rows up into the next one. We are over 100 rows in. I think 111 was last I remembered, but I'm more than 111 in now because I think that was the first one of these rows. So I don't know. We're in there somewhere. But I've also said, I think I have mentioned in this video, that I actually have been adding rows in there to fix what I messed up in the pattern. So there's probably a lot more than actually 100 rows here, but for the pattern's sake, we're at like 111, 12, 13, somewhere in there. So yes, this is what the blanket is looking like. Starting the next chunk of the pattern and just making progress row by slow row. I like when I hit the little chunks of just like plain rows in between patterns because they flow so fast because I'm just single crochet, single crochet, single crochet, and I don't have to change colors. I'm not doing double crochet in there except for the one row, and yeah, it's a lot faster more in that chunk. But yes, that's where I'm at with this blanket. Gonna keep working on it and maybe just keep updating you guys when I finish a chunk of it. It's a little easier than just doing an update every so often or whenever I feel like it. So I think I'm gonna try to be better about just doing that. The next chunk of the pattern is some sort of like shape pattern, and then it's paw prints, and then the shape pattern again, and then I start the next chunk of the pattern. So that's what I will be working on, and I will see you guys for the next update. Happy Halloween. It's the end of October, so that leaves me, you know, with a month and 25 days, but you know, you want to be done before actual Christmas, so more like 23 days or so to finish this blanket. And I'm actually in the middle right this second doing the paw prints in the middle, and I think the last update I left you guys on, I was down in here. The pattern called for diamonds, like a kind of diamond pattern right there, and I had completely had it finished like days ago, last week I believe. It is this chunk of the pattern. I had done that in this way in like everything, and then I realized the pattern was a lot more different than I was expecting it to be. It was like kind of weird, so I've been mulling over it, and like I stopped work on it for the last week, and I haven't done my like weekly updates for TikTok and on shorts. Well, I've been on shorts because that's a couple weeks behind, but I haven't done any updates because I stopped working on it because I got a little stumped on how I wanted to proceed. I knew I was kind of wanting to change the pattern and make it more reflective, and instead of following it by the book, I'm thinking of just doing the bottom and the middle chunk where I am and just reflecting onto the other side instead of doing the next chunk of the pattern. It does reflect the last two chunks of the pattern to the bottom and the top, but there's a couple different pieces like in the middle. It doesn't reflect this on the other side. I guess I gotta show you. It doesn't reflect this one on the other side, just the bottom two chunks. The next chunk is kind of meh, and I'm like, I don't have to have it. I'd rather it be more symmetrical. So after the paw print section is done, this white section, I'm going to go back to the green and do this pattern and repeat it, and then we're going to go all the way the other way with the other two chunks of the design pattern. I hope I'm not being too confusing. I know it can be a little bit much the way I'm talking about it. It's just hard for me because the last couple blankets I've done, I just created the pattern for myself, and I didn't do that this time, and I probably should have just done it anyways because I think it would have been a lot less hassle if I created the grid myself and figured out what patterns I wanted to do and stuff. It would have been a lot of work, but I would have liked the uniqueness that creating it myself would do. We're just going to tweak this current pattern that I have to my liking, which I mean you can do no matter what. I still paid for it. Just want this to be a little bit more symmetrical. I also don't really want to learn any other pattern cycles to do, so after I'm finished with this, I won't have to learn anything new, but I will have to relearn the other sections again. Not looking forward to the first one because I had a lot of issues with that, obviously. All that being said, last night I finally picked this blanket back up at like freaking 10 o'clock, 9:30, 10 o'clock. I was like, okay, maybe let's look at this and figure out. So I was trying to decide if I was going to keep it the way it was. I was going to do maybe the paw prints in a different color, and I was like, well, what color would I use? Trying to figure out if I needed to go to Michael's, get some more yarn, and then I just kept staring at this pattern and realized that the diamond thing didn't reflect onto the other side. It starts a whole new thing up here. It doesn't reflect this, and so I was like, no. I undid that whole chunk of the diamonds and started the paw prints last night. So I was up till after 2. Fell asleep before that, probably closer to like 1:32. I was watching National Treasure. I watched the first one all the way through and then had started the second one. Just got about to the part where they get to Mount Rushmore, if you've seen it. So that's about where I left off. Kind of wanted to finish it, but I didn't, so that's okay. I just got like a really motivated kick yesterday. I was editing a video and I was cleaning and made dinner, and then I started on this, and I'm like up till 2 o'clock. And then of course my fiance woke me up at 7:30 this morning, and I'm like, yay! But yes, that's kind of where we're at with the blankets. I think I'm just gonna work on this. It's about 3 o'clock in the afternoon on Halloween. We do have some plans later this evening, but just with ourselves. I ordered a paint kit from Amazon, so we're gonna do like this little Halloween themed paint kit, and I actually think it's on my doorstep, so I need to go pick that up after I'm done updating you guys. Yes, we're gonna do like I don't think it's like a paint by numbers, but almost kind of the same thing. There's I think 6 options we can pick from, so we'll do that and just watch some Halloween movies. But until we do that, so I'm gonna work on this and hopefully finish this chunk of the pattern of the white, and then we'll go back to the green and black and go from there. Kind of a lengthy little update, just kind of saying that I'm basically in the middle of the blanket, and hopefully the progress from now on will be a little bit more steady, both in my like showing up for it, but also in the pattern and stuff. Like I don't have to keep frogging multiple rows, because I probably frogged like 10 rows yesterday, or maybe not quite 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, like 10. basically 10 rows, 9 or 10 rows. Yeah, 10 rows because I had ended on that. You don't need to know every single thing. I'm kind of just chatting on now. But I have my YouTube crochet binge playlist on. So I'm going to watch those videos. And then maybe later after we're done painting and we're still hanging out, I'll probably watch Halloween movies tonight or scary movies and work on this later tonight too. But yes, I'm going to try to get some more clips of this. I was just going through my footage earlier. It was very scattered around. So hopefully from now on, I can make sure all of that footage is more consistent as well as, you know, my progress and everything of me actually filming. If you have noticed, there was probably a few clips where the audio was a little weird in this. I had an issue with my camera microphone not working. I don't think it was all the way plugged in and the wire was actually broken. So I had a section of time that I was filming that all that audio is kind of unbalanced. It's like only comes through on one side of the like speaker or your headphone. Kind of a little weird. So I think there's at least a update or maybe two, hopefully just one, of that funky audio. Hopefully that doesn't bother you too much and you continue watching. But I'll see you guys either later today or this weekend. See how much progress we can keep making on this big freaking blanket. This thing is massive. It's like so heavy it likes to fall off my lap as I try to crochet. But yes, I will see you guys hopefully soon.
Up your phone, blaming it on bad habits. Crazy. And you got away with too many damn mistakes. I won't take that lying on the ground. 'Cause you can't show up for one damn thing. Why would I wanna keep you around? You're selfish, always wanting more, can't help it. You think you got like pure, who'll tell him that his lines are poor, oh no. You're careless, a little immature, you get jealous when you close the door, go on relish in your own damn storm, oh no. 'Cause it's gonna be
Don't mind the lighting. It is, it's not even 7:30, it's 7:25. Pitch black outside. It has been since like probably 5 o'clock. And I decided, I've been basically rotting all day because we went out last night. Was in bed till probably 11 o'clock and then finally got my butt up and did some stuff. Was working on a couple rows of the blanket, did some stuff for TikTok, and then started editing the video for TikTok. Took a 2-hour nap. I fell asleep editing it. So after that, waking up and everything, I was like, what the heck should I do with the rest of my day? I've already kind of wasted it. Keep going back and forth about what I wanted to do. I was like, maybe I'll binge read a book. Maybe I'll do this. Maybe I'll do that. Instead, I decided that I'm going to binge all of the episodes of The Secret Lives of Mormon Wives that are currently out because season 3 comes out on Wednesday. It is currently Saturday. I'll be at work all week. I could binge it at work, but these episodes are very emotional. Like, I was watching season 2 at work and there were so many times I like started to cry and stuff, and I'm like, probably really shouldn't be doing that at work. So here we are, going to just binge all of them, maybe tonight. I don't know how late I'd have to stay up to do that. It's literally 7:30 and there's 2 whole seasons of this show to watch. But I mean, there's only 9 episodes in the first season and 11 in the second, so it's like, whatever. Anyways, I should probably tell you a little bit more update about the blanket and not my stuff. Here we are with the blanket, past the midpoint now. I think I updated you guys when I finished the center. Now I'm going to reflect the green part up and then go from there. So we're going to just do everything on the bottom onto the top of it so that it is symmetrical. The pattern in itself is completely different. It reflects the bottom 2 chunks on top, but it had like some other design work right here that I didn't really like. So I decided just to tweak the pattern and to fit it how I want it and how the person that it's for would probably prefer it as well. But I did text my sister and be like, this blanket's gonna be king size, so hopefully you guys have room for it because it's for her boyfriend. And this thing is massive, as you can tell. It comes out of the frame here. But here we are. That's not even all of it. There we go. I'm gonna work on this and binge my show. If you guys have not watched this, you don't have to watch it, but it's a good one. I'm not a big reality TV show person. I got sucked into this one for sure. But I'd also seen some of these girls on my TikTok before and like had seen some of that drama. I was like, well, I'd like to know a little bit more about what really happened, and so I watched it and it's actually pretty good. Yeah, I got sucked into the reality TV world, so here we are. But I'm gonna work on this, see how much of the show I can watch tonight and how many rows I can get done. My hand has been killing me a little bit. It's better today, but yesterday, like right here, was just really sore from working on the sweater I currently have going on. Wanted to have it finished in that video posted on yesterday. I was gonna say on Saturday. Today's Saturday. No, Friday is when it was supposed to go up, or today. And it did not, because I have not finished it. It's not that I hate it, but I kind of hate it. So I don't really want to finish it now. Yeah, there's that. But anyways, working on the sleeves and the collar and then like the trim border on the bottom, whatever you call it, all of that edging stuff back and forth with the ribbing hurt my hand quite a bit. And so it's still a little sore right here. Tried to do the blanket a little bit yesterday. Had to undo some stuff and then I just couldn't do anymore. I was like, my hand hurts way too much, so I had to stop. I have time to work on it tonight. I'm gonna do some writing stuff tomorrow, which I was actually planning to do today, but with me being hungover and lazy, I did not do that, obviously. So here we are. Gonna binge a show instead and crochet. Don't really plan on doing any serious chatting about the show. If I do, I'm sorry. Might just do a couple like crochet and chat sessions, hopefully not too many, or maybe not at all, because editing me might not like that when I have to go to edit this long video that has spanned over the last few months. And yeah, the clock is ticking down. It is November 8th now. I have like a month and a half-ish, a little over a month and a half left to go till, you know, Christmas, and I should be done probably by the 23rd, because I'll leave for my parents probably on Christmas Eve. So I want to have it done and wrapped up and everything by then. I don't think I can wrap this though. Now that I think about it, it's probably gonna have to go in a big bag, like really big. This thing is gonna be massive. I don't even know if I can put it in anything. It just might have to be folded and put a bow around it and hidden until it's time to hand out presents. I should probably stop talking your ears off. I should have been crocheting this whole time. That probably would have been a little bit more conducive to my time, whatever proper word is supposed to be used for that. That is the update for the blanket and, you know, stuff going on in my life right now. Since I'm going to be working on this so much tonight, probably might try and update you guys again tonight, but if not, just know that I will be working on this quite a bit. My fiance is gone probably till 10, so I still have at least a couple hours to get in before he gets here, and I will probably 100% be working on this until he gets here, and maybe after. It just kind of depends on if he wants to hang out or not. I didn't think about that fact when it comes to watching the show. But now I am just prattling on, so I will let you guys go. I will see you in the next update.
Buy flowers, always show up on time. They always make calls, always on that FaceTime. Something about when they're holding me late at night. It feels good but not right. I want love, but not that bad. I want company, but not that bad. And just know something, I ain't settling. So I'll just wait for the one that's meant for me. 'Cause I know my worth and I know I'm worth it. So until then, just wait.
guys, you'll never guess what day it is. It's literally the last day of November. It is November 30th. If you can't tell, I decorated for Christmas. My tree is up and everything, put stockings up, did the whole shindig today. I even did some cleaning and then did some writing stuff. Like I said, I have my own writing channel. I'm pretty sure I mentioned it, I think, in this video. If not, my channel will be linked down below. But that isn't even touching the surface of the updates I have for you guys. The biggest thing being that the person that this is for is no longer technically a part of this family anymore. Like I said, this was supposed to be for my sister's boyfriend, and they broke up. Yeah, so that was fun. I did lose some motivation for that and didn't really work on it too much for a week and a half, and then slowly started to get into it again. But I realized I haven't really updated you guys too much. I couldn't remember if there was in fact an update for the middle section. The last one that I found was for when I started right above it. But that's the midpoint, and then this was that next section I was working on while I was watching Secret Lives of Mormon Wives. I finished all of that and was working on that with you guys. I finished that a couple weeks ago. I think it's been a little bit. And then I am on the next section where I'm doing the next chunk of the Bears and Trees. Don't think I'm quite halfway done with it yet, but maybe somewhere in there. However, I'm running a little low on this yarn. I might have to go to Hobby Lobby and get some more. That kind of sucks. I don't think I have another ball of it, so I think I'm gonna have to run to Hobby Lobby. But the plan is tonight. It is Sunday, like I said, November 30th. It's about 4:30. So I think I'm just gonna crochet until I run out of this yarn, and then I'll just grab more after work one of these nights, because I work Monday through Thursday. So I think that's the plan, or I'll order some online, but I'll also have to pick it up. But yeah, I was saying that they broke up and stuff, so that changed who I'm gonna give this to, and I haven't fully decided yet. The biggest thing I've thrown around is to keep it myself, give it to my fiance. I also got some suggestions on my TikToks. I've been doing weekly updates on this, that I could do like a Christmas raffle with my family, but I'm like, that kind of defeats the whole purpose of it being a Christmas gift. I'm like, I'm not gonna do all my gifts and then this also for a raffle. That's not gonna happen. My brother also said he might take it. My sister said she might take it, but I'm like, it's hard to give it to someone when I was having intention to give it to somebody else. So that's still kind of in the air, but I still want to finish this by Christmas. And that means we have 25 days till Christmas. However, I wanted this done before Christmas. And I'd probably go down to my parents on Christmas Eve. So technically I should have it done before Christmas Eve. I should have this done by the 23rd, technically. So we have 23 days to finish this sucker. So yeah, that's the countdown for this blanket at the moment. I guess we will actually see if I do in fact finish this by Christmas. You guys might know by the title by now, but I do not. So I think I'm going to put on some crochet YouTube for a little bit and then switch over to maybe some Christmas movies after I get through all the videos I want to watch. Probably run out of the yarn by that point, and then I think I'm going to switch to reading for the evening. I just wanted to take a moment and update you guys. My camera battery has been blinking at me since I started this update, so I gotta go. But hopefully I will update you guys again soon. You know, not in like a month, because it's been a while since I've updated you guys. I think since the beginning of November. So I apologize, and hopefully I will see you guys very soon, whether it's the end of today or maybe when I get more yarn. Who knows? I mean, you guys might know. You'll know before I do. Until then, I'm gonna get to crocheting.
What you say? I know what you want is written on your face, but you've been acting casual, just plain and safe. Talking at your own discretion. I'll give you my affection if you cut to the confession. I know what you're thinking. Oh yeah. Don't complicate it. Oh no. Come speak my language. Just tell me what's on your mind and say it low, say it slow. I don't wanna hear you speak it. I wanna hear you breathe it. What you want, let me know. 'Cause baby, I can see it. Just tell me like you mean it. Say it low, say it low, say it low, say it. I don't wanna hear you speak it. I wanna hear you breathe it. Say it low.
Okay guys, it is December 5th already. It is Friday. I just made myself some lunch to eat, even though it's like 3 o'clock. Actually, I'm gonna leave to go shopping here pretty quick, do some Christmas shopping. However, I did actually finish and start the next chunk of the pattern, as you've probably seen from the last few clips. I am starting the last little section. I'm just gonna repeat that on top, but I do have to finagle some things. If you remember from the beginning of this video, I did in fact mess up the beginning of this pattern. I had swapped the colors and I completely kind of forgot about the fact that the biggest effect of that is the bottom chunk. This bottom pattern has black on the edge, while the rest has just whatever color pattern it is being used at the time. So yeah, I forgot about that. So it'll be a little bit of a different thing to kind of look at the blanket itself, because I think I'm going to go around in black as well, so it might blend in a little bit with that chunk of the pattern, but hopefully it'll also blend it in a little bit more as the whole blanket has black around it instead of just these little bottom sections of the top and the bottom pattern. That is something I'm gonna have to deal with. I also think I have to swap the colors for this bottom half, so I have to switch A and B because I think I did it wrong initially. I did the black in the wrong one, I think, so I have to work through that before I start going right into it and messing it up, because I think I do need to switch it around. So yeah, there's all of that information you probably might not really care about, but it's something I'm gonna have to worry about and fix when I get into this section. And honestly, it's not that much. It's just a small little section here. Like compared to this section, which I just did on the top, is a lot bigger. I think it'll go pretty quick, honestly. A week, maybe 2. And as the countdown goes down, that's probably a good thing. The other thing that came to me today is the fact that I'm gonna need a whole weekend just to do the border and then doing the back onto it, like to sew the backing. Yeah, so I need to make sure I get this done the weekend before Christmas so that I have that weekend to work on the backing that I need to put onto this. I'm also not gonna have very much fun with all these freaking ends all over the place here. I'm gonna sew in all the ends like I usually do and then just put the backing on. So yeah, nothing really new or groundbreaking with that point, but I just wanted to mention that. I could, you know, be a turd and like put the backing on and leave all those like loose, but I don't want them getting pulled through or seen through, you know, some of the holing in the double crochet, because it isn't just single crochet. This blanket is single and double. It's a pretty big blanket here, as you've probably seen in the clips before this. It's literally like a queen size blanket. I love it. We're just gonna keep it for ourselves. My fiance said he looked at it and he's like, yeah, we're keeping that. So it might be my new office chair blanket or a new couch blanket after the holidays, because it kind of clashes with the theme right now. And making some good progress. A lot of it is just that I've been watching a certain show with my fiance. We've been watching The Walking Dead after dinner, like dinner and afterwards. We've been watching that. It's something that I've been like focusing on, and I can't really do anything else that I usually like to do, like write or read. It's a little harder to do with the show, but not crocheting, I can do just fine. That has helped my progress, is having something like that that I can watch and work on this. I'm gonna enjoy my lunch and I will talk to you guys probably later this weekend, maybe tomorrow, maybe Sunday. I just wanted to set some good time aside to do this. Depending on how things go, I probably wouldn't be surprised if I have to do some sort of 24-hour crochet-a-thon to make sure all my Christmas gifts get done before Christmas, because like this isn't the only thing I'm making. So yeah, that is the update. Like I said, it's December 5th. We have 20 days until Christmas, so I will see you guys in the next update. Okay, the countdown continues. It is December 13th. It's a Saturday, and I've been crocheting the last couple hours just watching Law and Order SVU. I had to think what the heck I was watching for some reason. But yes, I wanted to update you guys because it's been a little bit. I'm trying to wrap up this blanket, but I also need to do some Christmas presents. I'm just trying to work on this today, and then I'm going to do Christmas present stuff tomorrow. I've been working on this row by row. I also did work on it yesterday. I was doing a 12-hour write-a-thon for my writing channel, so I'm trying to wrap up a draft that I'm working on, and I was working on this in my break times to kind of break up sitting at the computer. And so that's kind of what those clips were from. I think like 4 or 5, maybe 6 rows done. I think 4. Just got some more done today. Very close to being done with this section. As you can see, we'll be to there here in a second, and then I will just have the solid rows left, and then I'm going to do a row of black into the border, and then I will have to hand sew material onto the back of this. That's going to be a pain because this blanket is literally the size of a queen bed, if not almost a king, so that's gonna take a while to sew. That's why I want to have this finished by next weekend. Since I am only really working on it today for this weekend, it's gonna be pretty close. If I focus on it during the week, I should be able to wrap it up and then just spend one of my 3 days of the weekend putting the material on. Also just have to tell myself, like, I'll still have the days leading up to Christmas during the week to work on Christmas presents if I need to. Don't have a bunch that I want to work on, but I do have a Christmas ornament that I need to do tomorrow for work. We're doing a Christmas exchange, and I saw this thing where you like can crochet over an ornament. I need to see if I have an ornament I could do that with, or if I could just buy like a cheap like round one from Walmart and crochet over that. And then I want to make my sister like a cat ear beanie. She loves those. And then my other sister, I was gonna crochet her something, and I have not figured that out yet. I also wanted to like hand crochet her a blanket, but the yarn for that is expensive, guys. Why is that so expensive? And she's not really spending money on Christmas gifts this year, so I don't want to go too ham anyways for her if she's not able to reciprocate. Not to be mean, but like, you know, it's kind of rude to do something like that sometimes, you know, to spend so much on someone who might not be able to. So I need to figure out what I want to make her. I don't know if I just want to make like a tote bag or something for her. And then I want to make a tapestry for one of my best friends. She got 2 dogs this year, and so I'm going to do like a dog mom like tapestry that I designed. So I want to work that tomorrow as well. After I do the ornament, I'm going to do that tomorrow. So maybe there will be time to work on the blanket if I only do those 2 things, but I should probably also do the beanie and just get all done tomorrow. We'll just kind of see, you know, how long it takes. So I wouldn't be surprised if you don't see me like talk until next weekend, or whenever the day that I finish the pattern for the blanket in itself. Probably about when I wrap up the design, because the border will probably take a good few hours to do because it's a big blanket to go all the way around in. Anyways, just wanted to update you guys to let you know what's going on since we're getting pretty close to Christmas here now. Countdown is beginning. It'll be a week away from next Thursday, so we got about a week and a half to wrap up this blanket. But like I said, I want to have it done, you know, before Christmas, that weekend before, and then focus on some other things. A lot of stuff has happened throughout this video if you haven't noticed. This is my longest recorded video from August to now to December. Almost 6 months. Kind of crazy. A lot of things have happened, obviously. The person who this was for is no longer who it is for anymore. It was weird. I was editing the clips for the intro to this video, and you know, to think about what was going on at that time to now is kind of crazy. I've also made a whole other blanket in this time. I can link that above, whichever corner it is, for you guys to watch if you want to catch that. I made a baby blanket. I've made a tote bag for myself. I made a hat and booties to go with the blanket that I made. But for the most part, I focused on this, and it's been taking a crazy amount of time. But like, I haven't been like solely focusing on this because I have other things going on. I am editing a book. I have my own book that I wrote, and I'm editing that. When I'm in between stages, I think this takes up more of my time, but right now I'm wrapping up draft 4, so I've been focusing more on that than this. But I feel like I've split my time pretty well still, but like, I know I could spend more time on this if I didn't have other things going on, and I do. And then like, I have normal social events. At 6 o'clock I'm gonna leave to go to a birthday dinner with my fiance and some friends. So not for us, it's a friend's birthday. I only have about another hour to work on this. I thought I was going to work on some Christmas stuff today, but I think I'm just going to do it all tomorrow. I just want to make sure I'm making good progress on this blanket so that we can get this done. I just don't want to be hand sewing the material onto the back of this, you know, the days leading up to Christmas. No, I like don't want to be stressed out that week, so hopefully I can get this wrapped up here pretty quick. I think that's kind of everything for the moment. We'll be doing a new video tomorrow for the Christmas stuff. I don't think I have anything else big going on right now. I have been pondering the thought of making my own design for a blanket. Like, that's what I've done with the last 2 baby blankets. Like, I can make custom blankets, it's no problem, but I want to be able to design a blanket that I can sell the pattern for, so it, you know, have to be unique blanket pattern, and I've kind of figured it down pretty easily. I have a site that I do the grid pattern in. It would just be, you know, figuring out what I'd want to do, figuring out the grid design, you know, filling all the squares in the little grid, the little squares in the big grid, not the little. It's not a little grid, it's a very big grid. You know, actually writing the design and making the blanket, figuring out, you know, all the issues it might have, and then having people, you know, pattern test it. So I think that'll be my next big project after this, you know, gigantic blanket. I don't think the next one will be quite as big, but I don't want to do a baby blanket necessarily, but we'll see. It could be a baby blanket, but I think I kind of want to make a fishing blanket for my fiance for his birthday, which is in March, because he made a comment about like me not having crocheted him something yet, and like I could do something for Christmas, but I feel like guys aren't really gonna wear crochet, so I'd rather just make him a blanket that he can use and have out here in the living room or in the bedroom or wherever he wants it. So I think that will be like what I might try to design a pattern for, is figure out some sort of fishing blanket to make for him personally, but also the pattern for that blanket in itself, write the pattern for it and possibly put it up somewhere and sell that. So yeah, maybe potentially something I'll do in the future. If you guys have any thoughts on that, please let me know down below in the comments. I'd love to hear about any thoughts you might have on that, or how I should maybe approach something like that, or if you have any videos to recommend for pattern designing, I'd love to hear about it. Yeah, I think that's kind of everything though. I'm talking too much. This is gonna be a fun clip to edit, but I just wanted to talk to you guys a little bit more. I probably could have sat here and crocheted and talked to you guys, but this pattern is very like intense. Like I have to be paying attention so I don't mess it up. Like it's not something that I can literally leave alone and like fix in that row that I'm on. No, I have to go back and undo the previous row that I messed up on, because you know it's such an intricate thing. It's because it's the coloring I can't mess up. So yeah, that's been fun. Not really. I really haven't messed up that much. I think I've only had to undo it twice. I think I filmed at least one of that of me frogging the rows. It's definitely smoother than the first time I did it on the bottom chunk, but I'm still a little salty at myself that I messed up the color pattern, and you can tell because there's black edging here. That's supposed to be in this color if I did it correctly on the bottom, but I did not, because the rest of the pattern, you know, is whatever color is going on. Like you can even tell here like where it ends, so that kind of sucks, but I feel like it's not as noticeable as it could be, and I will be doing a single crochet row in black all the way around, so it'll either hide it a little better or make it more noticeable. I guess we'll kind of see in the future how that goes. But I'm gonna stop talking your guys' ear off and keep watching my show. The show is like really dark, and it's kind of like makes me angry at times seeing like some of these criminals get away with certain things, or just the crimes. It's horrible. People are disgusting, but I do like crime shows, so I'm still watching it, and it's not like it's like bad, but there's just some episodes that get to me and I'm like, this is gross. People are disgusting. Or like, you know, somebody like pays their dues and then dies, or something happens with the victim, and it's just really rough. I feel like some of the newer shows aren't quite as brutal as this one, and it's not to say it's brutal, it's just sometimes some of them are hard to stomach. I do like the team on here, and I think that's why I keep watching. If you have a good main character set, it makes it interesting. If you also want to let me know what shows you guys recommend to watch while crocheting, I'd love to hear. This is my most current watch, is Law and Order SVU. I haven't watched the like other Law and Orders, so maybe, I don't know if there's multiple or if it's just Law and Order, so maybe I'll watch that after this. I mean, I think I'm only in like season 5, so I know I still have a ways to go with the series. So if you have any recommendations for like watches, let me know. Otherwise, I'm gonna let you guys go, and I'll see you probably sometime next week. I'm thinking like Thursday-ish, Friday. Hopefully not like Saturday, me rushing to try to wrap this up. Yeah, so I should probably get to crocheting so I can, you know, not do that. Okay guys, I will see you then.
You walked in the party, your coat was untied. Slamming the door 'cause it's colder outside. Now I won't forget that moment like the blink of an eye. You're off to the beach now till the weather gets nice. But what if I call and you pick up the phone? this holiday to make my way to your ghost. Or what if you're lonely, and you know I am too, and I get the chance to say Merry Christmas, I miss you. I miss you. So I'll hang the lights up, you'll see them from space. And all that I want on my list is that look on your face. When I said November's early to be playing these songs, now when I look back I can see I was wrong. So what if I call and you pick up the phone, and I use this holiday to make my way to your ghost? Or what if you're lonely, and you know I am too, and I get the chance to say Merry Christmas.
Alright guys, as you probably could tell from the previous clips, I did in fact finish the crochet portion of this blanket. Last weekend, Sunday? Yeah, Sunday. I did sew in some of the ends, but I have not finished that. So that is what's today's plan. I want to sew in the ends and then sew on the back material to this blanket. But before I do that, I figured I should actually tell you guys that I had done everything that I needed to for the crocheting, finished the last chunk of the pattern, did a single crochet row in black for the border, and show you this magnificent, humongous blanket. It is literally over 6 feet tall, if not 7. Just have to make sure I don't have it upside down, and you still can't really see all of it either. But yes, this is the finished blanket, and I'm so glad that I got it done on time. I am a little worried that I might not get it all done today, because sewing the material on takes much more time than I always think it does. My first one took me a couple days, but I was just doing it while I was watching TV, like after work and stuff, so I like didn't sit down during a weekend day and do it. And with my last baby blanket with the big buck on it, you can look at my other stuff if you want to go check it out. It took me like a little over 2 hours to sew on the material to that, but it's a very small baby blanket. This is like twice the size. I'm assuming sewing on material is gonna take like 4 hours, so that's fantastic. And it is already, I think, 1 o'clock? Yeah, it's 1:10. It is also December 21st. Christmas is in 4 days. It is on Thursday, and I have to work Monday, Tuesday, and a half day Wednesday, but then we're driving to my parents. I still have other Christmas presents I need to make. I haven't wrapped a single present. I'd put a present like in a gift bag and I'd put stuff in it, but then my dog got into it, so I probably have to mess with that again. I want to edit this video. I've been trying to get through it since it's such a backlog from August. I think I got up to a little past the halfway point on the blanket in the video itself, so I've gotten caught up with it, but I still want to work on that. So I mean, I'd love to finish this, work on the video for a little bit, and then work on this crochet cat beanie I'm making for my sister. That is kind of like what I want to get done today. I already did my grocery shopping, I did some cleaning, I just ate lunch, I had my show on, watching Law & Order, SVU, because that's what I've been watching. I like the show and I like the people, but it is very dark, so I might switch over to YouTube in a little bit. Maybe when I start sewing on the material, I'll switch. It just kind of depends on how I feel. Yeah, that's kind of everything for the moment. I just wanted to tell you guys that it was done. I don't have any more crocheting to do. I also want to film for TikTok for the blanket. I've been doing weekly updates. I've mentioned this before, I'm pretty sure at least once or twice. So I will also be doing that in tandem with this because I'm not done with the blanket. So I want to capture, you know, sewing on the material onto the back of it for TikTok, but probably not sewing in the ends because that's boring and you know everybody has to do that. I think that's everything now. Figured I'd do a little different angle so I could actually show you guys that blanket, get the Christmas tree in the background all nice and prettied up. Now I'm just procrastinating actually sewing in ends, you know. It's the least favorite part. I don't know if it's worse, sewing in the ends or like hand sewing material into the back of the blanket. I guess we'll see. With this material, I think it's a little thicker than the last one, and the blanket in itself is kind of big, so we're gonna see how much trouble it's gonna be. So I think I'm just gonna update you guys when I'm done, or if I have issues while I'm hand sewing it on, maybe I'll talk you guys through that. If not, I will see you guys hopefully when it's finished by the end of today, and hopefully not, you know, on Christmas Eve or on Christmas in itself. I'm going to my parents, so I'd rather not have to take that there with me if I don't have to. Like, I could still gift it to someone, but I low-key want to keep it for myself. So that's the plan. I'll stop talking now, and I will see you guys in a bit.
So what if I call and you pick up the phone, and I use this holiday to make my way to your ghost? Or what if you're lonely and you know I am too, and I get the chance to say Merry Christmas, I miss you. I miss
So obviously I can't finish the blanket today because the material is not long enough. I had gotten 2 yards of this anti-pill plush fleece from Joann's back when I bought the yarn for the blanket in April. And you know, Joann's doesn't exist anymore, so I looked on Amazon for the same type of material because I like it. It feels very soft and it's not super thick, so it won't make me sweat a bunch when I'm using the big blanket as it is. And I did find some that was 3 yards and 60 inches wide. This is 2 yards, 58 inches wide. I don't really need it wider, but I do need it longer. So I put that in my cart, but I haven't ordered it yet. I'm trying to decide if I want to just do that now and then get to it as soon as it gets here, or wait till after the holidays and order it, you know, when I'm not having to worry about gifts and stuff. Either way, a little salty. Really didn't think this blanket would be so massive. And I think part of it is from me because I adjusted the pattern to make it more symmetrical and to cut some of the other chunks of the pattern out that I didn't really like and that were making it a little less symmetrical. Probably kind of my fault, and like I did buy the material before the blanket was done, obviously, but I didn't think I needed more than 2 yards of material for this blanket. So that's fantastic. But I mean, I have other things to do today. I am working on some other Christmas presents that I have. I'm working on a cat beanie for my sister, trying to decide if I want to make my other sister something, and then I have a book that I was up till 6 a.m. reading last night, so I kind of want to finish that. I mean, it's not like a bad thing, and like I have a chapter that I should probably finish editing for my writing stuff, but I don't really want to do that either. I think I'm honestly gonna put that off till after the holidays. Instead, I'm going to finish this beanie I have right here and then do some other admin stuff I need to do before No Monday starts tomorrow. I guess we're not finishing this blanket before Christmas. I mean, it's a good thing it's not a gift. I mean, I might go on a rampage and go looking at Michael's and Walmart and stuff if it was a gift that I needed to give by Thursday. Christmas is Thursday. Then yeah, I could go do that. But I'm just gonna keep it for myself. But I still want it done. Like, 'cause if I don't finish it, I'm never gonna finish it and it's just gonna sit somewhere and get left there. So yeah, I do need to finish it, and I'm still gonna try to finish it. Just kind of depends on when I order it. I should just order it, and then if the material's here by next weekend, I could just finish it next weekend, finish the whole blanket, finish this video, finish editing the video and all that jazz. So I think that's what I'm gonna set the goal for, is just to finish it by next Sunday, so a week from today. Yeah, we'll just finish it before New Year's, I guess. That's gonna be the new goal. Can't really do much about it when the material is just not long enough for the blanket. I feel like I'd just look weird if I ordered shorter material and kind of like sewed it together to make up for that little difference. I'd rather not. So I think I'm just gonna keep this fleece material for maybe the next blanket that I do, and just keep that in mind when I design the pattern, and then use it for that. So it'll still get use, but I just don't want to compromise the quality of it to not have to spend a bunch of money on a whole new set of material. So that's the plan. I'm going to try to get some other things done, I guess, and I will see you guys next weekend after Christmas.
Hey.
Bye.
No, it's not like me to wanna stay a while, but I guess something's different with you tonight, 'cause I find that I'm missing you in my mind before I leave you. And I know that I'm wasting time, but I don't know how to be this inclined. I feel like it's wasting all the time, not usually me. I'm not the type to get intertwined, but you've made a point to stick in my mind. Can't make it stop, but you know I've tried. Guess I believe. Got no control. I'm not usually like this. I have crushed before, but I don't see the likeness. Thought I'd go home, forget like it's mindless, but you changed everything. Ain't leaving, baby, tonight. Yeah, yeah, tonight. Yeah, yeah, tonight. Okay, guess there's no harm if I wanna hang a while, 'cause I like everything that you do as well. I'm used to games, usually got some things to hide, but now with you, and I know that I'm wasting time, but I don't know how to be this inclined. I feel like it's wasting all the time, not usually me. I'm not the type to get intertwined, but you've made a point to stick in my mind. Can't make it stop, but you know I've tried. Guess I believe. Got no control. I'm not usually like this. I have crushed before, but I don't see the likeness. Thought I'd go home, forget like it's mindless, but you changed everything. Ain't leaving, baby, tonight. Yeah, yeah, tonight. Yeah, yeah, tonight. Night. Looks like I tricked and boy, I don't mind. It feels like a trick how you qualify tonight. Night. Got no control. I'm not usually like this, but you change.
It's done. It's humongous. Literally so big. There we go. It's a little better. Bigger than my wingspan. As you were seeing, I just sewed the ends in, or sewed on the material. But I am going to sit down and talk to you guys about this, and not just stand here with this massive heavy thing. It's like at least 10-20 pounds. Just give me a sec, guys, and I will sit down and talk to you about everything about this blanket. So, one sec. Alright guys, I did take a little bit of a break before I updated you because I was waiting for the washer to be done because it's way too noisy. Got way too hot running around with the blanket. Just ate some of a very late lunch. It's almost 4 o'clock. And I started working on this thing at like 10:30ish, so that tells you how long it took me. I did get interrupted yesterday when I started it. I started working on it on Saturday, which was yesterday, and today's Sunday. Pinned everything yesterday, and that took like 2 freaking hours. I'm serious, 2 hours to pin the freaking material to the back of this thing. I did have to readjust it, and that's why it took me so long. And my sisters called me, and I was on a FaceTime with them for a while. That did make it take a little longer talking to them, and then I only got to sew about like this much. And then I had a friend that was over last night, and she was talking to me, and we hung out for the evening. And then when she left, it was dark, and I didn't want to work on this. Even now my neck and back hurt, you know, from bending over to mess with it. Probably worked on it about 2 to 3 hours yesterday, and then the last 5 hours today. But I mean, I took breaks, did some laundry, washed some of the blankets off the couch, and I took my break already. I think I finished closer to 3. Anyways, it took a couple more hours than I expected to put the material onto the back of this blanket. I'm happy with it. I was a little concerned that I might mess it up a little. However, it was like almost exactly perfect onto the back. However, it was ballooning up, so I did have to sew in like a couple tie marks. I did 3 across the middle of the center of it to keep it together better so that it doesn't come apart when I mess around with it. It still does like to pull apart a little, but not as bad as it was. So yeah, I finished the blankets finally. I looked back in my phone photos to look at the date, and I actually started this July 29th. I was thinking it was August, but it was July actually. Finished the crochet portion December 14th, and then I just finished the last piece today, January 3rd, 4th. January 4th. So it took a little extra time than I was expecting with this thing. I think I would have been done before Christmas if I didn't have the material issue. Wouldn't say I'm the biggest fan of this material. It's more of like a sewing material for like clothing and stuff, for actual like quilts. So it kind of reminds me more of a sheet. However, this thing is already warm, so I probably shouldn't have put a very heavy felty kind of blanket on it, backing onto it. Felt backing, whatever it's called, I don't know. Obviously not the biggest fan of it, but I figured with how warm it is, I didn't want to do anything thicker, and then the thicker ones are more expensive, and I was having a hard time finding anything over 2 yards that was not Amazon Prime. And like sometimes I don't mind ordering stuff that isn't. I'm like, you never know what it's gonna be here, and I didn't want to keep putting this off. I have other blankets I want to start, other projects. I was just thinking about maybe doing like a scrap yarn 6-day star blanket, possibly as a couch blanket for my spare couch in here that our dog usually likes to sit on. So yeah, that might be another project for the future. I also want to make my fiance a blanket for his birthday in March, so I'll have to start that pretty soon. I have more blanket projects obviously for the future, and I have one I actually want to do for Christmas next year for my other sister's boyfriend, so I'm hoping they stay together and I don't have the same issue. But they are pretty strong. They've been together like 7 years or so, something like that. That will be the next big blanket for Christmas. I'm a little sad I wasn't able to give this as a Christmas present, but as my best friend reminded me, it is a big chunk of work to do, and to give it to someone you don't. It's not to say I'm not friends with that person, but I mean, it was like friends by association of my sisters. It's a lot of work, and I'm kind of glad I get to keep it for myself because of that. I do eventually maybe want to be able to sell blankets or do something with patterns, like I think I mentioned in this video. I want to like design one I can sell, but for the moment I am not gonna worry about that. I need to chill just a little, but I can tell I'm already getting antsy that I don't have like a side project to work on whenever I'm just watching TV, because this was it for the last 6.5 months or so, 6 months. So that does kind of put a bummer on things. So that's why I was kind of thinking about doing the 6-star blanket, but I want to actually do it in 6 days. So if I do that, it won't really be a side project to work on, but I need something in the meantime while I design the next pattern for my next blanket. So yeah, this is just a lot of extra information. I'd love to be able to tell you how much yarn I used for this thing, but I have no clue. I have no freaking clue. A lot is all I can say. I had 2 balls of each color initially. I did not finish using the green, so that was like about a little over a ball and a half of green. I had to buy an extra of the cream color, so that one was like 2.5, 3. I didn't quite use 2 for the rust color either. I had 2 black to begin with, and I think I bought 3 or 4 since then. So what, like 10 balls of yarn or so at least that I've used on this thing, if not more. It's a lot of money. Plus material was like 20 some bucks. Yeah, it's just a big project, which means a lot of supplies and a lot of costs to go along with that. You know, cost of material is never cheap, and especially with Joann's going out of sale and everything, it kind of made it difficult for me with this specific project, because I had bought those initial packages of the 2 balls of yarn of each color when they were having their going out of business sale. Did have issues with that. Like I've mentioned throughout this video, I had issues with the pattern. It was giving me a hard time. I was having a hard time reading it, so it wasn't just the pattern, it was user error. Nothing wrong with that person's pattern specifically. I was just having a hard time reading it, and then I finally figured it out. But I will have the pattern linked below. I bought it off of Ravelry, so you can go and check that out if you want to buy the pattern. Did adjust the pattern like I mentioned. Did the center completely different. Did these paw prints instead of having like the diamonds, the paw prints, and then some other design. And I think there was another chunk instead of this repeating up here. I repeated the whole thing except for the center. So I did adjust it to make it a little bit more symmetrical and to fit my taste a little bit more. So yeah, there was some adjustments. Also, like I have talked about, I messed up coloring, had added these additional rows in between everything to adjust for my initial mistakes down here. Like I mentioned, I switched the colors A and B around, which you can tell like right here. Everywhere else it doesn't do that, but the top and the bottom, so it should have been more like this. Like, kind of sucks that I messed that up, but honestly when you're looking at it you can't tell. Like, knowing that I did it, I can tell, but otherwise I would have never been able to tell. So yeah, not too big of a thing. I do kind of wish that I had gone back and fixed the first chunk. Yeah, it would have put me behind a little bit, but it would have helped adjust everything within the pattern and maybe not having to readjust throughout the whole blanket. I mean, I can't change anything now, so it's whatever. And anyways, I do like that this repeating center piece in between each one is similar all the way throughout. I don't think it was in the pattern, and I do like that it splits it, so I can't complain that much. Like, I like it this way as well. I think that's kind of everything that I've had issues with. My favorite chunk of this is the paw prints. I really love this. Very cute. It was very quick. I think it only took me like maybe a week to do this part. I do believe there was a chunk like in between right here, or maybe even from like here to here, that I didn't update you guys very well. So I do apologize. This video is kind of everywhere. There was chunks where I wasn't filming at all, and then there was chunks where I was like filming a lot. I know I filmed quite a bit towards the end as I was doing binge show watches and crocheting, and so I was making bigger chunks of progress. Yeah, it's a little scattered. It's not a perfect vlog, but I appreciate it if you stuck it through to the end of this. I did try to say in the beginning that I did not want this to be an hour-long vlog. You know what it is? It was an hour-long vlog before I even sewed the material on. It was like at 1 hour and 14 minutes when I was watching through it on Friday. Yeah, or Saturday, Thursday. I don't know, whatever day. I think it was Friday. And that was before everything that I did today and yesterday gets added to it. So it's not going to be under an hour long. Like, there's no way I can cut certain things, but there's no way I can get it under an hour long. So for those of you who like these longer videos, this video is for you, including my mom. I was like, I can do these in 3 parts. What do you think, Mom? Like, if I cut up the beginning into 2 parts and then the sewing part into a part 3? And she's like, no, I like the longer videos. I think it'd be a little weird. And I was like, okay, I'll keep it as one long video. So I did. Let me know if you do like this longer form video, if there was anything you want me to talk about more and maybe possible videos to get to a longer form video like this with some of the shorter stuff by adding more talking clips. I can try to work on that a little bit, do more talking and crocheting portions. You know, there's a lot of things that I could do in future videos if you guys want me to. Otherwise, I'll just keep doing what I'm doing and call it good. A lot of time has passed. We went from summer to Halloween, Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year's. And so yeah, it is 2026, and I just hope this new year brings a lot more crochet projects, things that don't tick me off as easily as this project did in the beginning, and that'd be nice. And I just hope you guys also have a good year. I appreciate it if you stuck to the end of this. Leave down like a present or a celebratory emoji down in the comments if you made it to the end to let me know, because this was initially supposed to be a Christmas present, but we're also going to celebrate the fact that I finished this dang thing. It just took, 6 months to do so. But yes, feel free to leave that emoji down below. Feel free to subscribe if you aren't already, and also hit that like button because yeah, it helps my channel. I'll stop telling myself now, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.